Well, has anybody looked at that Aleister Crowley, the evilest man I think that was ever on Earth? I told you, Aleister Crowley. I told you that's where you find out about John Lennon being a Mason, Masonic, or whatever Mel Gibson called him. He's in there. A lot of other people in there, and you'd be real surprised who he is. But that's not why I get on here. It was I just lit a cigarette, so I smoke. Yeah. Uh, Cancer probably does cause. Smoking probably does cause cancer. But I find, everybody's got cancer cells in their body, whether they want it or not. It's just, well, whether it comes out or not. That's it. There's always a chance. But I know in the building I live in, it's a pretty big building. My guy friend next door and another friend upstairs both got cancer, and neither one of them smoked in their life. So don't try to blame it on secondhand smoke. You do-gooders that go out there, uh, they want the world to quit smoking wherever you are. How about parking your cars and leaving there so I wouldn't have to smell the fumes all the time? Bet you wouldn't do that. Hey, too much of an inconvenience. Well, it's an inconvenience when well, it's not an inconvenience, but I like smoke. It relaxes me, and frankly, it's none of your damn business. And even though you keep trying to get it, here, now look at this for an oxymoron. This guy comes on TV. He says, "Call Crime Stoppers if you know of anybody selling illegal tobacco." Because it takes away from the children's education and the health system. Now, does that make sense? You want to report the illegal cigarettes, but the ones that are supposed to be legal, you're not supposed to be able to smoke them anywhere, pretty well now. And I don't know, it's just stupid. They put all these warnings on them, and they don't tell you what the car fumes do to you. But in today's world, I know cars are necessary, but they're working on a better system now. But I don't see a lot of people going over to it. But gas prices keep going up. Well, they're going to have to do something because I told you once before, the only people that get rich during wars, recessions, good times, bad times, any time, is the banks. They're the only ones that profit. You buy a house from the bank, you lose your job. You can't pay the mortgage. They take the house back, fix it up a little bit, and sell it for twice as much. You know, so they're not losing. Uh, these wars are started on purpose, for a purpose, to get rid of First World War. Three, three, three. No, 1/3 of the population was destroyed. I gotta think because 1/3 of the population in North America was destroyed, especially here in Canada. Newfoundland, one of the provinces here, almost all the men there were killed off. And if you listen to any of my videos, uh, I told you why the United States got into the Second World War. Uh, and then the United Nations asked them to be the enforcers ever since. So we can't blame the United States, for going to war all again, every time things turn around, but because they're asked to, and well, frankly, right now, you know, none of us can afford wars. They have to stop. You know, you have to think of the children. I mean, the only people that's hurting is children. I know I keep saying the same stuff over and over and over. Children missing limbs, legs gone, arms gone, uh, defects, and then you got the other children that are starving to death. They don't show all this stuff because it'll shock the public. Uh, it's kind of uh, hidden from you because they don't want you to see what the horrors of war are really alike about and what happens. So they hide most of the stuff. They don't cover it up. They just hide it. So they don't show the films of it because it's heartbreaking. And well, I can't blame them for that. But if most people seen the horrors of war, they'd probably wish there was no war. Like the big protest about Vietnam. Now the only argument I have about any of these wars they're having right now is you can't go into a country where your friends are the same as your enemies. You don't know if you're standing beside an enemy or a friend, like Vietnam. That was a hell of a war, and we weren't involved in that one. Some of the Canadians did go down and volunteer. I I wasn't one of them. I don't think I was old enough then. But anyway, they dropped the draft and everything because they knew it was wrong. They knew that going into that war was wrong, and but you people forget when you're ordered to go, you have to go or go to jail. I mean, unless you're rich, like see now, who was it? Muhammad Ali got out of the war, but that way, well, his religion, he changed his religion and said, well, he's Muslim, so the Muslims believe in war. I'll tell you that. But they're kind of forced into it too. So I mean, there's people going around and creating these things, and we want to say who they are. Will be the CIA, and it's just so other people can make money. That's all it is. They showed a video one time of driving around in Iraq on a flatbed truck with billions and billions of dollars of money sitting on the flatbed truck. Like they're not going to try to get that money. I mean, it's sit there in a flatbed truck. All they're going to do is kill a few people, take the money. Well, I guess there was $1 billion stolen over there. But anyway, I mean, that's America. That's your business. But you know, we I still don't believe it. But we were bringing our equipment home from Afghanistan to Pakistan. And when the containers got back here, they were not filled with nothing but sand and rock. Well, who the hell was guarding the fucking equipment when it was over there in Pakistan? If I didn't know any better, well, my thought is that it wasn't stolen; it was sold to Pakistan. But that's just my opinion. That's uh, nobody else's, and you know, just just what I figure, because you got that much equipment. The soldiers are all around. I mean, it's pretty hard to steal. So, well, what are you gonna do? You try your best to talk to people, but they think you're crazy. Even most of you people think I'm crazy. Look up Aleister Crowley. You want to see crazy? Uh, he was he had a lot of mentors. John Lennon was one of them, and he wasn't the only one. In fact, you'll be surprised who he was, who he is. Or, no, was. He did. So he was. Okay, got that straightened there. He was a dope dealer, not a dope dealer. He smoked dope. He's broke all his life, but his daughter certainly isn't broke. You look that up. Like I said, you look it up. You'd be surprised who his family became or who they are. Well, her family, his daughters, and I heard stories about that too, but it's I can't confirm them, so I won't repeat them. You look up Aleister Crowley and you make up your own mind about what's going on. But when the soldiers come home from Vietnam, going back, people spit on them. You know, when I heard that, it I got right irate. You know, because these people are ordered to go there. They're not. You know, they didn't want to go. They were ordered there. And what help are they getting when they come back from Iraq, Iran, Vietnam? A lot of them end up in the streets, or they die of cancer. Well, from what I hear, the Vietnam they did LSD experiments on some of them. Uh, I remember reading that a long time ago. They did LSD experiments on some of the soldiers, try to make a super soldier, right? But don't know nothing about LSD or how it works or whatever. Yeah, I smoked a couple of joints maybe in my life, but that was a long, long time ago. I never wasn't that much into drugs. Too much beer though. But that was 31 years ago. I haven't had a drink. Doctor got me hooked on some anxiety pills. I got off of them, man. Oh, it was a lot harder. It took six weeks of hell to get off of those pills. I lost a lot of weight. And when you get off the pills, you have a craving for sweets, and then I put on a lot of weight, became a diabetic, and I lost the weight. Uh, Doctor told me quit uh, eating salt for my blood pressure. I quit that. I ended up in the hospital twice for low sodium. Uh, you know, you don't know what to do anymore. I mean, they tell you one thing. I changed my doctor. Well, the doctor he had to retire. He had an operation. Said he had a stroke and everything when he had the back operation. So now he went into cosmetic surgery. Last I heard, I don't know. But let's go back to what I started out with. I was only going to talk for about a couple of minutes and get off. Uh, you know, uh, like I say, it's an oxymoron. You come on and want people to squeal on people that are selling illegal cigarettes, which are a lot cheaper than ordinary cigarettes, and saying it's taken away from the education and the healthcare. Uh, well, they're allowed to drive around with their smog-filled cars. I mean, like I say, they're trying to come up with a cheaper car, but the oil companies are going to stop that as much as they can, because that's how they make their money off oil. And there's not a shortage of oil. I mean, there's no need in going in fighting every country. No need oil prices going up every time somebody little earthquake or something, because there's all kinds of oil around. Now we know what the ozone layer is. I was always curious about this. Why don't the world get together? Because it's not the responsibility of one country. Like the hole in Alaska, I think it's over Alaska, and why don't they get together and they know what the ozone layer is filled up? I don't know if they can do it or not. I'm just saying, something to look into. And maybe it'll stabilize the weather, even though I think man's causing the weather anyway to get rid of some people, which is why they don't give out the cure for cancer. It's for $200 billion a year industry, and diabetes is population control. I said I'll listen to other videos. Nobody listens to them. Well, a few people do, but whether they. But look up Aleister Crowley. Just to show you that I'm not as crazy as you may think I am. So thank you, and goodbye.